Yeah, for sure. Before we even start with that, obviously I'm wearing this shirt, and we have launched our court culture shirts, and 100% of the proceeds are going to go to three organizations that we picked to partner with, to collaborate with, to continue to help in this fight against systemic racism and racial inequality. And we want to be, as an organization, part of the solution. This shirt, we have 5 different shirts. This is the one I chose for today because this is the one that really resonates with me. It's not enough just to know where your heart is, or even your friends to know where your heart is. Right now, it's important, to really weigh in on this discussion, and oftentimes it's uncomfortable, and it's been uncomfortable for me at times. But when you really think about it, silence is compliance. I'm not going to do that, and I feel, sometimes you don't know where your role may be with this. Well, I know as the head coach of the Heat that I do have an opportunity to help be an advocate and be a voice in this fight where some people might not have the voice. And hopefully it can lead to more discussions. And then ultimately, we want to help with sustainable, lasting change. And we're excited about the 3 organizations. We'll have more information about that. But we're really excited about these local organizations that we're partnering with. It's also, today is the funeral for Congressman Lewis. And so in honor of him, I want also to continue to acknowledge the importance of voting, and also to continue to let it be known that we want to make the arena a voting site. We just think it's perfect. We're set up for it. We have the parking, we have the space, we have the access, we have the health protocols, everything's there. We want to make it happen. And we want the city to work with us to get it done.
Mike Kubno, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I actually wanted to ask you about the 3 organizations, because I know you guys as a team have met multiple times about social issues and social change. Were these 3 organizations something that were close to your guys' hearts? Was this something that the players came up with, or was this more organizationally narrowed it down to these 3?
Yeah, we really spent the last several weeks vetting it out. It started out with 12, 15 organizations. And yes, we did ask our players' opinion on this, but we didn't want to jump into something or just write a check or get involved in a bunch of different places where our impact would be diluted. We want to make the most impact. We know we can't be everywhere at the same time. But if we're very specific and we are able to collaborate with organizations that share values, we think we can do some special things with this. And the 3 organizations are the Black Girls Code, which gives opportunity for Black and Brown community females an opportunity to learn how to program. And it's not just about the boys. That's why we're excited about this group, and give them programming, education, mentorship to be able to learn how to code. That one's exciting. Health in the Hood is the other one. Obviously, that one speaks to me to be able to give opportunities, to grow gardens in vacant open spaces, to provide programming and education about the importance of eating well, but more importantly, and as importantly, have opportunities and access to healthy food. and these open spaces to be able to create free food opportunities, healthy food options. But the education and the programs that will go along with that are more important. But these are aligned with, again, our values of trying to lead a healthier life as well, but create those opportunities where everybody can have that. And then the last one, which I think is really interesting as well, the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. And, this will help former felons or disenfranchised people that are trying to re-enter into society that may not have the opportunities for representation or to be able to pay for bail or to have the right to vote. This group works to be able to help all of these people re-enter into society and to do it in a successful way. And we're excited about that group as well.
Tim Reynolds, go ahead.
So we've had July 30th circled on the NBA calendar ever since they told us that was opening night. How important is it that now we're here, stuff you've been talking about now for 10 minutes and really since you got here, doesn't go away, that this conversation continues, even though the games are here, and that's what we're here for, are the games. How important is it to continue these conversations and keep that for as long as the season goes, to keep the main thing the main thing?
Yeah, absolutely. This is bigger than basketball. We just had another discussion about it as a team. We don't want this conversation to delay. This is an opportunity to create and be a part of lasting change. And there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. And all of us need to continue in many ways, continue to be uncomfortable to get involved and make change. It's not an either or. We're excited about the season. And this practice, you could feel the anticipation for getting back out there and playing real regular season games. Our guys are competitors. They love this. They're really enjoying this environment. Having an opportunity to feel normal, get in between those four lines and compete. And we're excited about our team. We've had 3 really good weeks of practice. Guys are ready. I don't know how that compares to everybody else. We'll find out on Saturday. But we're excited to start really competing for real. And, at the same time, use this platform to drive and continue this conversation to happen.
Ethan Skolnick, go ahead.
Hey, Erik, to that end, you've talked, kind of about sort of a loose plan of how you wanted to go about this and through the scrimmages. And now as we get to the real games, I guess, and you said you might have a glass of wine with your staff and kind of figure all this stuff out. Do you now have a more sort of concrete plan about how you want to approach games 1 through 8 here, or is it going to be a little bit kind of on the fly as you go?
A little bit of everything. Yes, I do have a plan. It is loose. And, we open with three games in 4 nights. So I'll adjust and play the depth as necessary. But I have to remain open to possibilities to pivot when needed.
Mm-hmm.
Ira Winderman, go ahead.
Erik, to follow up on that, you have such a deep rotation, so many different options. Did the 3 scrimmages sort of help clarify things for you, or does it still sort of remain as complex as it looked going in, where, like, to follow up Ethan's question, it might be game by game, matchup by matchup as far as the approach?
Again, it'll be a lot of different factors with that. The scrimmages were important for us to get into that 5-on-5 competition. We didn't play particularly well in our last game, but there are moments in all 3 of the scrimmages where we were making progress, things that we've been working on. And yeah, the depth that we have is a strength of ours, and we have to be able to utilize that. That doesn't mean that we're not planning, going into game Saturday, what who will play and when we'll play, but I'll be ready to pivot.